Yeah, they both are different, as in if you remove null from the dimensions and the columns,
Yes.
it will remove null from those dimensions only.
Okay.
You
I
know
have to
the point. Like
individually.
suppose I'm removing null from name
Hmm.
or an year. It will only remove name from year.
Yes. Okay.
If I'm removing from product category, it will only remove null from
Only.
product category. But if I'm
Okay.
removing null or don't keep those zero values from add-on, it will do force elimination of null. It will remove null
Okay.
from entire data set of like entire data set for that particular chart.
Chart. Okay.
So I'll tell you where it is. It becomes handy that sometime it happens that the value is space or something like that. You are not getting rid of it, or maybe there is a hyphen in the data itself, and you are
Yes.
not getting help from removing null from dimensions. Then you use it. So it is a kind of a tricky situation. Sometimes it does help, right? Sometimes the stubborn null values which are not getting removed from those dimension option, they get removed. But sometimes
They
what
get
happens,
removed.
you do want to keep some values, but because you are unchecking from the add-on option, it
Add-ons.
also removes that. So it is kind of a tricky. It sometimes become helpful, it sometimes become headache for you.
So you know better when to use it, right?
I mean, it becomes kind of a hit and trial that if something is not working for you and you want that to happen for customer and your data is not getting affected, you use that. But if you know that, okay, by removing it, my data is getting hampered, my values are getting changed. For example, suppose you are counting customers, right? You are counting
Yes.
customers and suppose there are 100 customers and there are few customer which has not made any transaction for a particular period. Suppose in a month they haven't made any transaction, right?
Right.
So but still you want to count the customer because at any point of time they had made the transaction, but you are using the data for
Right.
1 month only in
That
that
particular.
particular.
Yes.
There is a mix and match of a combination wherein you want all the customers count, plus you want only those customer to show which have done transaction in 1 month in a single chart. So you have two kind of condition or requirement, right? What will happen if you remove that null from the add-on? It would remove all those customers who
All
haven't
the.
done transaction as well, but you want that data, so your data is
You.
getting hampered, right? Then you what you do, you find out another way to make that possible.
Okay.
So these kind of options are for the ideal situation. So it is like hit and trial. You know your data, and you also know that in real time data is not very realistic. Data is always cluttery.
That's yeah. I
You
agree.
you you yourself work in a MIS department. You know that data always have some kind of limit problem. Maybe it's a formatting, maybe it's a logic, maybe it's a mix and match of what you are required to, and that is why your chart, whatever you're creating, they are also not behaving as per your requirement. So it's like, yes, these options are there to help you out, but sometimes they become headache also. So you need to first know your data and then
Yes.
act accordingly and manage accordingly what is the requirement currently.
Okay. So
Once you
be. I think I should be careful while using it.
check your data. So I in today's class, even that is my topic, always review your data, right? It's like what happens in the real time scenario. Once you start doing visualization, there might be a chance. See, in case of Qlik, there are huge chance that you will be working on data as well. I mean, Qlik give you that comfort to play around with data, but when you work in Tableau or Power BI, what happens? There is a dedicated team of data which prepares data for you.
Okay.
So there is a huge probability that you won't even know the how data is coming or what kind of data it is. So what happens when you do not prepare the data? You are not much aware about that. You only and obviously logical document, the BRD, business requirement document, is provided to you wherein all the formulas are being given. So you just apply the formula and you pass it on to the user. Okay, this is what I have done, and validate. But being a developer, you should always have your data handy with you, and you should always recheck with the formula you are applying so that your values, at least aggregation, the total should match, right?
All right.
So this is a good practice when you do it.
So
All
let's
right.
start.
Yeah. So yesterday we were working on budget file, budget dashboard. So yesterday I've added few KPIs and all into this. So there is one more thing. This is lasso. I mean, this is quite handy in terms of when you have a huge data. When you click on
Click.
this, you make
Hmm.
the selection.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it is like a random selection. So you make that selection, and whatever area that that has been selected through
Yes.
that lasso, your only
Last
those data is being shown and all. And there is one more thing which is known as alternative dimension.
alternative.
Yeah, it sometimes becomes really handy. So right now in alternative dimension, I have used budget category, and in the main dimension, I have used month. So if user do not want to see the data in month view,
Month
they
wise.
can check budget category, and the data would show according to budget only. So these are some user-friendly options, user-friendly functionalities that Qlik has. If user is bit of a technical, I would say, or someone who loves to explore the functionalities, they do use these kind of things, but most of the user do not. They want us to give whatever they want. That's it. They don't want to play around with charts.
Okay.
There is one more thing. If a user, I mean, what happens? User always wants that in even Excel dashboard, what we do, we give data as well in a tabular form along with chart. So if user want to
Yes.
see the only data in a tabular form, what he can do, he can go and click on view data. So this will
And
be
will
converted
convert.
into this tabular form. And
Okay.
again, he can click on this and click on view chart. So these are the things which is like basic stuff. A user should be made aware, user should be educated. It's up to him if he wants to use it or not, right?
Right.
So there are other options as well. Full screen is like if he
Full
wants to
screen.
see it on a full screen single chart only. Exploration menu, as I told you that yes, we have two measures. If he want to switch, he
So
can.
it is the same thing like properties
Yeah,
or
property. So these are the properties restricted to local user, as in if I am a user, I am opening this application, and
okay.
whatever changes I'm making, it will be applicable to me only, not for the entire organization.
Okay, so it that facility is available for a recipient of this dashboard.
Exactly. So whatever changes he will make, it will not only be applicable to him. Next time he'll open the application, it will be shown to him like this only. But other people who are opening the application, it would be a default view, what a developer has given.
Given. Okay.
So this is kind of a user-friendly or non-developer dependent or self-guided, you can say. So category, as I told you, that he can choose between the categories. He doesn't want month, he want this budget category. He can do it. Sorting as well. We have made sorting like right now is a budget category. He can sort the data as per his requirement. Obviously, all those properties which are visible to us won't be visible to him. It would be only those properties which are helpful to a user.
Okay.
Those will be shown.
So Rahul, the line you are showing here, it is a trend line, or you have made a combo chart.
Yeah, I've used a combo chart. I've used a combo chart wherein a bar is there for a primary access and the line is
Yes.
there for the secondary access. So he can use the data, I mean, these properties, right? So it is all locally managed thing which he can manage for himself, not for the entire organization.
So once he saved this view, next time when this dashboard will get refreshed or reloaded, he will get to view this uh,
Exactly, this
chart
view.
again. Only this
Yes,
view. Okay.
and locally saved. So in desktop, I cannot show you, but what happens when you publish an application in enterprise? So they also user also get this kind of option. I
Okay.
mean, this is
Create
a
sheet as
desktop,
well.
so we can create. So in enterprise, they get this option as well. Create
Okay.
new sheet. So they can create even a dashboard for him themselves. Okay.
So, for
So
example, if a dashboard or application is saved in any stream and I open it, I want to look at the expression. Is it possible for me look
as a
into the
user,
expression? Yes, as a user.
you will only be able to see those expressions which are saved in master items.
Okay.
I mean, you have to create. So what happens in general practice? First thing is we try to make our data model very easy so that a user can use those dimensional measures. And secondly, see what happens right now in my current project, user won't touch anything.
Okay.
So we are a bit relaxed that okay, it is all on us how in whatever manner we want to
We
design
want to.
and whatever we want to give. But in some projects, user also wants that we'll be creating. Give us the data, give us the chart, but we all will be exploring the data as well. So what we do, we try and create every dimension in master dimension,
Okay.
every measure in master measure, and try to rename it very easy in a very easy manner so that any normal user of an organization can be able to understand that,
Okay.
right? We cannot give name in a very fancy manner so that only a single developer can understand. We have to give it in a very generic manner. So they can create their own dashboard, but yes, it will be only visible to them, not for the entire organization.